Hi and welcome. If you have clicked on this video and if this video appeared in your feed, I am guessing and I would imagine that you are pretty far along in your awakening journey and you have experienced much on this path for sure if you found this message. Tonight, I want to dive into the final stage of awakening. And one of the most missed, I find, signs that you are free, that you are absolutely positively, you have reached a level of awakening that equals the truest kind of freedom that can really not be articulated clearly in a video ever or defined in any way. You just know it when you get there. This sign is that you no longer tolerate disrespect from anyone. The reason why disrespect is the final sign, not tolerating any type of disrespect to your being, unless you consciously decide to tolerate it for whatever reason you may have. Intuitively, you may feel guided at some point to tolerate disrespect for whatever the reason. You might find it advantageous in that particular instance. But by and large, you no longer tolerate it. And the reason why is because why would you? You have reached a state of wholeness within your organism, within your being. Your shadows have been faced and and integrated into your being. The dark and the light have come together to merge and form a beautiful, whole, wholly functioning. And when I say holy, I mean divine, divinely functioning organism that is no longer searching for anything outside of itself, for meaning, for any validation. It's no longer searching. It has already been found within self. And once that state is reached, the monsters in the closet, you already you already pulled those monsters out, all those shadows, all those fears. And one by one, you eliminated them and you masterfully learned how to dive into those darker spaces and how to see the unconscious aspects of you. So there's really not much that can be held over your head at that point. You become, by society's standard and society's definition, you become dangerous in a certain way because you no longer can be controlled. You no longer are able to be corralled in any way, shape, or form into any way of thinking, any limited belief systems, um, anything that you know not to be true. And the reason why you no longer conform and the reason why you no longer tolerate disrespect is because you are already free. So why would a fully functioning, wholly functioning organism tolerate disrespect? It's just one. And if you have reached this particular space in your journey where you no longer tolerate disrespect, first of all, congratulations. You are in a rare percentile of this physical world that we inhabit. In the human species, there are very few. that have reached that level of freedom and awareness and awakening. When I say you no longer tolerate disrespect, I do not mean that you argue with people, you try to convince them that they're wrong and that you're right. You don't need to do any of that because you are already free within. You are already a self-governed organism and you are operating as such. And there's a certain irony that happens when you stop tolerating disrespect. Chances are, if you made it to the level of awakening where you're no longer tolerating disrespect because you no longer are seeking outside approval or validation from others, chances are you have faced much disrespect from others. You have faced judgment, you have faced disrespect, you have faced betrayal, and you have faced um, an ostracizing of sorts in one way or another on a large scale. So when the irony of this is when you no longer tolerate disrespect, you naturally start to gain respect from others naturally just by being in your energetic flow, just by being your highly vibrational self and bringing that self into the world, sharing it with the world, allowing your heart to be open when you go into spaces, allowing your light to shine, allowing your medicine to fill the places that you go into. And this does not have to be a consciously thought through process. This is simply you existing in your fullest embodiment. And this also, contrary to belief, does not look like perfection in any way, shape, or form. You are not better, and you know this on a deep soul level. You are better than nobody anywhere. The beauty in this comes that you also no longer are striving to be perfect in any way, shape, or form. That pressure, that stress, it's gone because you know your inherent worth has nothing to do with how you perform, how you look externally, how perfect you seem as though things are. You are self-governing at this particular stage of your journey. Once someone who has gone through the fire and risen from the ashes, once they have completed this full death and rebirth cycle, and chances are, if you're here, you have gone through multiple death and rebirth cycles. Once you have gone through those cycles, there is nothing that can destroy you anymore. The you now belong to you. And your relationship with self, because you face so much darkness on your path, your relationship with self is so strong that it's impenetrable. So, yes, discomfort will come, challenges will come, disturbances will come in your energetic field, disturbances in relationships will come, breakdowns will come of relationships, of all kinds of things. Any kind of external structure in the material world, in the physical world, those things will still come. The difference is when you are awakened to a certain degree, it no longer matters because you are so okay with self and operating from such a place of inner authority that you call your energy back in and operate from that place. When your energetic frequency is vibrating at a high enough level, all you have to do is exist in that state. Even if you make mistakes, it does not matter. You can easily own and take accountability. You, none of it defines you because you understand that you are whole and you are holy and you are operating in from such a space of freedom. I would love to know if any of this resonated with you and what your experience has been on your own path. And if you tolerate disrespect at this stage of your journey, or if you no longer tolerate disrespect at this stage. I'm Christy from Rising North. Thanks for tuning in. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. See you in the next one. Bye.